everybody.
It's movie night, and it's Spiderman Across the Spider-Verse.
Spiders.
By the way, I took Charlotte outside. Anyways.
Yay!
You can go.
I know, I can see
Across the Spider-Verse was this one.
I thought it was Into the Spider-Verse.
That was the first one, I think.
Oh.
I don't know. The second Spider-Verse, Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales movie. That's what we saw.
Yay!
And that was pretty damn good. I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
That I had a good old smile on my face almost the whole... No, you know what? I had a smile on my face the whole damn movie.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was enjoying it.
Even during the emotional bits?
Well, maybe not. Maybe they got a little bit sad, but I think that's what made this a stronger movie, was because the emotional bits landed.
And they didn't, like, bring a joke in right after?
No. It had its silliness, but that was the good thing about the first one. It knew where to be silly. It knew when not to be silly. And this was very much the same way.
Yes.
It's like when it wanted to be sad, it wanted to highlight family. When it wanted to highlight madness, whatever. It's like, no, it gave it to you.
Yes.
So there's my initial like, wah!
I liked it. It was very good.
That's it?
That's it?
Wow. Wow.
You're like,
unlike what she was in the movie theater. What was that again? What? This ended? No!
Well, I thought this was not spoilers.
Oh, we do spoilers.
we try to avoid spoilers.
Just not big. We just don't tell the spoilers all the way.
So. Anyways, thoughts.
Other than the fact that this guy's driving really slow.
Yes, terribly. But okay, since none of y'all want to talk about the movie, so I liked the bulk of it. Now, I think most of the things I'll probably wind up talking about maybe wind up coming across more of complaints, but they're not. I mean, they're nitpicks in an otherwise really, really well done movie. It was long.
Yes.
At times it felt long, and
yes.
I definitely think they could have found moments to trim down.
Yes.
You're saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say, up to a certain part, it was a little slow, but honestly, it's still very good.
The beginning took its time. However, I didn't mind it as much because what it was setting. I think, they're setting up a payoff, and they're setting up stakes. So I think the extra time spent with Miles's parents, and then it makes you understand that when they get to the future and things are kind of laid out, it makes more sense why he's gonna fight hard for it.
Mm-hmm.
And such. Yeah, so I was okay with that. There are some times in certain movies, Marvel, Disney, that they just decide, you know what? No.
The stakes may be high, but we're going to make fun of it.
Yeah, we're going to make fun of it. The family thing, we'll mention it, but not that important. But this one, it was letting you soak in that family. It was letting you see the dynamic, to see that despite their hardships and despite them being annoyed at each other and all that, they cared for each other. They loved each other.
Yes.
It was clear.
Well, and you know what I find kind of funny? I'm like, not every... I mean, I get it. I get some of what they were trying to say in the canon of what a Spider-Man kind of is, but it doesn't always have to be the same format for every single one, which is what I'm hoping that we're going to see some of that kind of break. But I also understand there are certain elements that make it difficult. I mean, or that kind of develop a person.
Yeah.
And it's those kinds of elements that really draw out or have them find the courage that they wouldn't have found otherwise.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, so I mean, it's really interesting to see how they're going to play out this dynamic. you know, it was building up obviously quite a lot during this particular movie,
Yeah,
trying to set the in a sense the battleground, so to speak, of what's to come. But you know, I really did like how, you know, that there's a lot of facets to it, and that there can be, I mean, it doesn't always have to follow the norm. So I'm hoping that they really kind of play with it, and I'm really kind of looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I am too. I agree with. I think that's what they're gonna do in the next one, is sit there and like you don't have to follow the same rules. You can still change it. It's almost like Minority Report of sorts. Is, you know, if you know the future, how do you change the future and avoid the future and stuff like that. So it's going to play off that, and I think it already hinted at the end of how they can change that story. But and I like that some of the thing. I like the fun that it was having, and the fact that this is the multiverse movie that Marvel wishes they were making.
Yeah.
And just the fact that in this alone, it tied the Miles thing together, across into the first one, and then on top of it, it tied in the Tobey movie, the Maguire movie, and even
You said Tobey.
The Tobey and Maguire, the Andrew Garfield movie and the Tobey movie, just because the Tobey movies are that much better than the rest.
Oh, snap.
No, but you know what? This one is definitely... Both the Spider-Verse movies have been, like, right top tier, I thought, for Spider-Man.
Honestly,
I know that's blasphemy to you. But that said, it tied them together.
And Venom.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah, and it even brought in Venom. That was interesting, too.
And I'm sure somewhere or another there was... there was tons of references. And I was a little surprised that the PlayStation Spider-Man wasn't prominent in anything. I was a bit surprised. I was kind of looking for him, but I didn't see him. But I like that it was
in there.
I'm sure he was.
I thought he was the video game Spider-Man.
No,
there was one or two that he was in there, but he wasn't really like majorly prominent.
No. He's got a different suit that you'd spot.
Sure.
But I'm sure it was there. That said, but it was playing, that they called it the canon timeline. And I thought that was fun. Again, it tied in even the Holland one. They had the comment about, don't even get me started on Strange. And I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It was good, and it was going to another like nitpick is like the overarching villain of Spot was a little frustrating because they introduce him, he's kind of goofy and silly, and then he starts building up, which is interesting, but also he just then disappears halfway through the movie, and it changes.
That's because he's still building himself up. So that
but you don't get to see that.
No, but that's because we're not meant to follow him. I mean, as a nemesis, you never see all the things that the nemesis builds up and learns and does as the background. And honestly, I'm still trying to remember. I mean, maybe we should have watched the Into the Spider-Verse,
the
first
was thinking
one,
we should have watched it
because I was like, I don't even remember this guy. I mean, obviously he was there because it's got that lady that was Doc Ock in that version or whatever.
Yeah,
but overall, I'm like, I don't remember this guy. So I'm like, I felt bad because I'm like, wow, I'm just as bad as they were because I dismissed him too.
Yeah, but I have a feeling he was really a smaller character. There's a bug that got in here.
Yes, there is.
And the camera's dipping a little bit.
Alrighty. But, so I'm not necessarily too upset with that aspect of it because I figure that we're not going to see a lot of him. I do like the fact that, yes, when he started, he was a little goofy. And then by the middle, because in a sense he's just like most of the other people.
No, I get it.
Most of the other heroes. He doesn't know what he's supposed to be either. You can either go good or you can go bad. You have that option. And so when they counterpointed each other, I guess in the sense that one created the other, even if it was by mistake, it ended up it ends up helping define them. I mean, joking aside, but even like Batman, Lego Batman or whatever, like the whole point of it was that, you know, Batman didn't need a nemesis, and the fact that, you know, the Joker and that, he was like, but you are my nemesis, and I just need somebody to be my opposite. I need somebody, like, that's their counterpoint, and I don't know. I think it was just funny. I kind of liked how it was going. I liked that Spot was developing
and I think that was
like
fine.
that.
I think what got to me is that he just disappeared halfway through, and he knew what he was gonna do, and then he just was gone, and then he shows up.
Yeah.
So it's more just, well, what was he doing in between?
Well, I mean,
But
they did mention that he was going to all those, what is it, alchemists or whatever?
Yeah, but that last one in the middle, that was the last one he needed.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he just took a chill pill, time traveled for a bit. I don't know. So that, like I said, that was one thing. But I understand with what you're saying, and I agree with it. And then I'm gonna say I enjoyed the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I think that was still good. The score was still good and pumping and all that. I both loved the different art styles, but at a few times it got distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glenn's was, I think, the most distracting.
It was the beginning sequence that was mostly distracting. But at the same point as, I mean, you can't deny the art of it.
No, it's very
the
beautifully
visual
aesthetic.
representation of it, and each Spider-Verse had a different
look and
art
feel,
to
so to
it.
speak.
And I don't want to get into spoilers about it, but that was one of the few things that was just like at one point. So not gonna spoil too far, but I felt that was another very poignant thing of this movie series is just in its art style.
Mm-hmm.
And this one just it went into it maybe just a smidge too far at times, but again, I mean, you can't deny the beautiful aesthetic of it.
But overall, I mean, it was a good movie. It had its little momentary feels here and there. I do feel like it could have probably gone a little shorter than the 220. I think that was a little excessive because I know there were moments like at one point when that thing was coming down, when they first get into the Spider-Verse multiverse thing or whatever with Miguel, and I'm like, oh my God, his little platform was made by James May because it was moving the slowest possible way it could to come down. I was like, dude, you don't have like something that can speed this crap up? Like that was just extra seconds that really just didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
But I understand that, I mean, it's
setting the stage and
and all that stuff. Yeah, but I mean, it just cracked me up because I was like, wow, okay, this is how we're padding this movie. Got it.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, there are moments where I think that they could have kind of shortened it a bit.
Yeah.
But overall, it was still a good movie. I didn't fall asleep. I stayed alert and awake the whole time. Yeah, you didn't have to pee.
Didn't have to pee.
So,
kept me engaged the whole time.
Old people problems.
Yeah. So, real quick, I mean, what are your final thoughts?
I just want the rest of the movie.
You just want
Ange is dissatisfied with the ending at the moment.
I'm not dissatisfied with it.
Yes.
I just didn't know. I mean, it's like a good shock, especially if you don't read tabloids.
That was certainly a highlight, is when that movie ended. And
oh my God, when the theater erupted, that was hysterical.
Erupted, not understanding. It's part one. I laughed my butt off.
Oh yeah, because you were a little premature.
Yeah, I did go early. I did. One spot it just like, and I'm like, roll credits, and it kept going for another 5 minutes. So I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I did.
I look forward to the next one. When's the next one coming out? Do we know yet?
No idea. Probably a year.
Buggers.
Probably a year, and it's going to be a rough year.
There was something else that did that though.
Lots of movies are part twoing, splitting things, but
So
anyways,
Dune's done it.
Yeah, Dune Part 2. So
Oh,
anyways,
well,
anyways.
it's like Lord of the Rings. That was hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when we saw that in the theater, and people were like, "Wait, they didn't get to Mordor." That was funny.
that
But
was
anyway, overall, we enjoyed it. You guys should go out and enjoy
Absolutely,
it too.
go see it.
Go see
Go
it in
see it.
theater, especially with people that dress up and people that are so into it that at the end you're gonna enjoy the shock.
Yeah, we're 100% we're seeing in the theater. So yeah, go as soon as you can. Thanks for riding with us.
Thanks, and we'll catch you at the next one.
Bye.
Bye.